All right, today we are going to talk about eye level and proximity. Our eye level is the horizontal plane that our eyes are in line with. All right, this is my dude. Okay, he's really good. These are his eyes. You guys don't really have to do this.
Write it down?
This is our eye level. Okay, that's my human eye. Your eye level is also the horizon line. Your eye level is also the horizon line. So if I have a horizon line, my horizon line is where the sky meets the ground. It's also my eye line. Okay, so if this was there's a road, here's a little house for you. So good. Beautiful. Okay, sky, ground is my house. Eye line.
Make sure you're breaking up pieces.
Okay, no, do not make a big scene of this. In this rectangle, okay, this is my artwork. I have 3 drawn spheres. We'll pretend they're spheres. Brody, in this rectangle, which of these spheres is closest to me? Turn your mic on.
I don't know, like the middle one, number 3.
What makes you think that?
It's closest to the eye level.
How do you know where my eye level is in this picture?
I don't know. I'm really close to the middle.
Is it possible to tell? No, Brody, you're actually like getting it right. It's a trick question. Is it possible to tell which of these is closest to me if that's all I have in my picture? No. It's not possible. Now, Brody, tell me, 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Raise your hand if you agree with Brody. Raise your hand if you disagree. Come on, tell me which one is closest to me.
2.
How can you tell?
Because the horizon line is in the back,
Yes.
so that's farther away.
Yes. Okay, 2 is the closest. 1 is the farthest. Oops. Our horizon line is far away. So things closest to the horizon line are farther away from me. and things farther away from that horizon are closer to me. It is easy to tell if we add cast shadows, because then that tells us what horizontal line it's on. Which number is farthest away from us, Mallory? 3. How do you know?
Because it's past the horizon.
Yeah, it's on the horizon line. It's as far away as things can be. Which one's closest?
4.
4. How can you tell?
Because it's the farthest away from the horizon.
Excellent. It's the farthest away. Things that are above the horizon line are above my eye level.
So you have to look up to see it?
It means you cannot see the top of it, but you can see the bottom of it. Things that are below the horizon line are below my eye level. This seems obvious, but it's important to remember, because if you're drawing something below your horizon line, then you should be able to see the top of it. If you're drawing something above it, then you should be able to see the bottom of it.
So like clouds?
Exactly. We can only see the bottom of clouds, right?
Oh.
That's a good one. Clouds. Okay, we're going to talk about the ellipse, which is what we've been doing to help us draw our cylinders. Okay, this roll of tape right now, if I could get it still, is crossing our eye line. Okay, the camera is our eye line for us in this image. Okay, I cannot see the top of it or the bottom of it. I can just see the front of it, which means my horizon line is right in the middle, right? We're all agreed on that, right? So when I move my cylinder away from the horizon line, lower, what happens to that top side of it?
It goes closest. You can see the back.
We can see the back. If this was a flat surface, what shape would we see?
Can.
Huh?
Can.
A can? What do you mean?
Ovalish. Roundish.
Ovalish.
Oh, the tape looks like it's flat already.
Okay, so see this oval. We're going to call that an ellipse. An ellipse is slightly different from an oval. An ellipse is a flat circle from an angled viewpoint. So, what happens to that ellipse as it moves farther away from my horizon line?
Or defined.
What do you mean by it gets bigger? You can see more of it, and it gets closer to a circle, right?
Yeah.
So the farther away from my horizon line it is, then the more circular that ellipse tends to become. Here is what I mean. Go ahead and make this one all the way across your paper. It's not a very straight line, but try. So if I were drawing a set of cylinders below my horizon line, as those cylinders get closer to us, that ellipse is going to become more and more circular. And the bottom edge that's sitting on the surface of the table will also curve more, because that's like an underside ellipse, so we just can't see the other side of it, you know? more circular. Okay, right here. Over here, less circular.
It would be a perfect circle if it was like straight on.
If it's straight on, perfect circle. If it's right in line with our eye level, it's a straight line. So then let's go above too. So now these ones are the bottom of it. Aubrey, since you're looking at the screen, A, B, C, D, or E, which one is farther away from me? Do you know? Oh, okay. I was like, do you know that I'm talking to you, Aubrey? A is farthest away. Which one is closest to me, Maddie? E. Piper, which one, 2, 3, or 4 is closest to me? Why do you think so? Piper says 1. Why aren't you copying this down, girl?
I'm paying attention.
Like, you're going to have to copy it eventually.
Yeah,
Okay. It's closest to the horizon. Does that mean it's closer to me? Flip it, right? So really, this one is closest.
Wait, how?
Remember, these are above me. So you know, these ones are easy to tell, right? Let's add the cast shadows. That's easy to tell. This is closer, right?
No.
Well, this is exactly the same when I flip it. Boom. Closest, farthest, farther, most far. So the horizon line works both ways. Things closest to the horizon line, above and below it, are farther away. Things farther away from the horizon line are closer to me. Everybody look up at the ceiling, like literally. Notice how the angles of your ceiling go down and away from us. Like the lines of the ceiling go down and away.
I don't get it.
Like look at these lights.
I can't even tell.
Look that way. See how they're going from the outside corners of your vision down towards the middle of your vision?
No. I know.
Is my vision okay?
Yeah, you guys are just confused.
We're always confused with you.
Yeah.
Our line
I just don't understand what art means when it comes to looking at the ceiling.
Okay, if I have a drawing, here's my horizon, and I have a sphere right here. This is a sphere. We're going to scribble in our core shadow so you can tell.
Like a little person.
What?
It looks like a person with a top hat. A little person with a top hat? Why do you ask?
That's his mouth.
A little person with a smile
Has what I have drawn, is what I have drawn possible or impossible? Come on. Is what I have drawn possible or impossible?
I'm not really sure, but it kind of looks like it's not because it's on the side of it, but it is like the first one's overlapping it, so I'm not completely sure.
Okay, yes, Kavan is right. It is not possible because the bottom of these are on the same horizontal plane, right? They're next to each other. They're arm in arm. But one of them is overlapping. So the overlap says that this is farther away. But the placement of the bottom says that they're in the same line. So this is impossible. I want you to have that down and the label too.
What if it was like something flat, like paper? Then it wouldn't.
Paper's not flat. Paper's still a 3D object. It just has microscopic depth. Bless you. Okay, so is now what I have drawn possible? Right, now they're not on the same level, so we can do like a dotted horizontal line going through for each of them. Possible! It's possible
Anything's possible.
for a plain country bumpkin and a princess joining marriage. It's possible.
I know where that's from.
And 4 white mice can never be 4 white horses. And folded on fiddle-dee-dee of courses.
Where is that from?
Impossible. Cinderella. The like Brandy version.
Oh yeah.
Like Rogers and Hammerstein.
Oh, the one where the prince jumps out the window. What?
This is like from the 90s.
Oh, no.
I can't remember what you're talking about.
Speaking of that, this one,
And then the king was like, if you take another step down these stairs, blah blah blah. He's like, he looked out the window and he's like, okay, and then he just jumped out. I mean, it worked. You listen.
yeah, I didn't know. You didn't want to.
Okay, impossible or impossible?
Possible?
Impossible.
It looks like they're like on each
It
other.
can't be
I don't
farther
know how to
away.
explain it. Like, it doesn't look. It doesn't look like, you can't do that.
It can't be like farther away and like in front.
It looks like a snowman like tipping over, right?
That's the only way that.
So no, this is I mean, it could be a falling over snowman, but we're pretending that both of these spheres are like sitting on the ground, not stacked up. This is impossible because the horizon or the like horizontal placement says that this one is closer, but then this one is overlapping it. So that makes no sense. That makes our brain go, no.
Nothing makes sense.
Nothing-
Impossible!
School doesn't make sense. Art
I
doesn't make
wanna
sense.
see
Not even
somebody
circles
who's
make
got like
sense.
real talent and knows like can make a really good sphere, make it wrong just to see how weird it looks.
MC Escher. That's like that artist, MC Escher.
And see, actually,
He's like full of like perspective and illusion, like visual tricks in his artwork and stuff.
He breaks the walls of physics.
Yeah, he does. Because he uses like parallel perspective. Is this possible?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't look like something's falling over him. It looks like there's even on the table.
Yeah.
Smaller circle.
You can always add the shadows to kind of make it help you kind of tell.
There's 100% possible.
Possible. Is it okay that the larger sphere is farther away?
Yeah.
They're just different size spheres. Now, if they were all the same size spheres, they're going to get smaller as they go back. My pretty coarse shadows. Smaller, farther away.